Welcome to Eagle Action, where you get all your Eagle news. Introducing your hosts, Hunter McNear and Ellie Heron. I'm Daniel Sandoval.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Eagle Action. I hope everybody had a great break and we are so excited to be back at school. On this episode, we are going to be speaking with Miss Huntsville, Madison Idell, and interviewing Miss Williams, who is our choir director, and she's going to give us a little bit of information about the choir concert they had before break. This was actually supposed to be our Christmas episode, but we had some technical difficulties, so we didn't exactly get it out. But we're excited to give you this episode now, so without further ado, enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the HHS Eagle Action Podcast. Today's a special episode because it's our Christmas special, and we're going to talk a lot about last week and Colors Day.
Today we have a special guest, our choir director, and she also assists with the band, Miss Williams.
Hello.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Alright, so what are some things you've done to prepare for your upcoming concert?
Lots and lots of sectional rehearsals and just rehearsing bell to bell and lots of coffee and a little bit of yelling here and there, but mostly smiling unless they irritate me. But no, just rehearsing really, really hard. Just never stop. Never ends.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Alright. What is your favorite thing about teaching a music class or being a choir director?
Probably when they put a piece together and it sounds really well and they're proud of themselves. That's a nice feeling. I would say relationships with the students and getting to see them grow up throughout the years. And, you know, my seniors this year, I've had them for 6 years straight. So, you know, that's a long time to be somebody's teacher, so you really get to know a lot about them, and that's really nice. And I really kind of enjoy being my own boss, in a sense. It's hard being the only person, you know, in charge of it, but basically I can do what I want, so that's nice.
Sounds nice. Yeah. How do you push your students to improve and grow their abilities?
I scare them. Does that count?
Yeah.
No, we do singing tests. We, go to contests, and, you know, that's something that you don't want to go to contest and sound terrible. So, you know, you want to get a good rating. And then, you know, All Region really forces you to be a good musician. Have you ever tried out for All Region?
No, but I'm trying out this year.
Oh, that's good. Well, if you try out and you make it, obviously, I mean, the music's really hard. So always the people who are doing All Region, they're going to be the best musicians in the group. So,
yeah.
And that's something that, you know, everybody, you know, nobody wants to suck.
No, yeah, nobody does.
So, I mean, you know, if they have all these different opportunities, they can just grow and succeed and have a lot of opportunities. So, yeah. So a lot of it's intrinsic motivation.
Yeah, you guys sound so good. These questions are like a need to know, you know. So, you have a message, you know, plug something?
Yeah, come to our concert, December 9th, Huntsville High School Cafetorium, 7 p.m. And then also, this is way far in advance, but May 5th is our spring concert, and that is going to be a big one because not only are we inviting past alumni back to sing with us the senior song of the concert, but the high schoolers will be performing a piece that is specifically written to fit the needs of their voices. So it's never been performed. It's being written specifically for us. And they will be doing the world premiere, if you will.
Sounds cool.
Piece. It's going to be super fun.
Well, you guys heard her. Go support the choir.
Yeah.
That's it, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the HHS Eagle Action Podcast. We're super excited to do this episode because we haven't been able to come out with one in a while, but we're going to get into a routine again and start coming out with normal releases like we were before Christmas break. We have a few exciting interviews, 2 of them with the basketball captains, and even one with Miss Watkins, our counselor, about test dates, which are coming up really fast, and some of the juniors and seniors really need to pay attention to that stuff, so enjoy the episode.
Okay, so this week's Senior Spotlights, we're going to be talking to the basketball team captains. And first, I'm talking to Addison Ruth, and she is our senior captain on the girls' team. Addie, how do you feel like your senior season has gone so far?
It is really good. We have faced a lot of challenges, but we have a very close bond this year compared to last year.
More games going well,
Yes.
playing together better.
Yes, we've been winning a lot more games. And we feel better after we're not not arguing and stuff where we win together and lose together.
As a team captain, how do you feel you have to show leadership on the team, on the court?
I have to keep everyone in line. So if they're goofing off, I have to be we need to focus and get together so we can be good this year.
So you said that the team had faced some challenges but came through stronger. So what was one of the biggest challenges you felt we faced this year?
Definitely COVID. We've had one of our starters be out for almost 4 weeks, so that's been a big change. People's had to step up and take that position.
What are you most looking forward to after high school?
Starting my life, getting out of the high school phase, and being able to depend on myself and not others.
Where are you thinking about going to college?
North Ark for 2 years and then transfer to U of A.
Nice, you got it all figured out.
Yep.
For our second Senior Spotlight interview, we're going to be talking to Hayden Dotson, who is a captain on the boys basketball team. So Hayden, which game has been your favorite you've played this season?
The Shiloh game.
What about it made it your favorite?
The crowd was really loud, and we played a really good game, and it was really exciting to be out there playing, and the crowd going crazy. Made it a lot of fun.
So what kind of special stuff has the team done to prepare for this season?
Really nothing too special. Just going over the game plan before the game and getting ready for it and getting serious before the game, and that's about it.
Okay. So as a team captain, how do you feel like you show leadership on your team?
I just try to be good with all the guys and get good chemistry going on, and I think that we've done a good job of doing that this year.
It definitely shows that you guys are really close when you play. What is your favorite part, personally, of being an Eagle?
Hanging out with all the guys, being good with them, being close with them, being able to joke around with them, and just that team chemistry.
Today we have a special guest, a counselor, Miss Watkins. The first question I have for you is, how do you prepare for the ACT?
Okay, so as a high school student, you can start taking the ACT when you're 13 years old. So that's about 7th grade. And you can take it as many times as you want to. The ACT costs $60 to take every time that you take it. However, you may be eligible for an ACT waiver, which would waive the cost of the ACT for you. So a lot of students are eligible for that ACT waiver. They just have to check with the counselors, either me or Miss Parker, and find out if they receive that eligibility to get a waiver. Once you want to prepare for the ACT, you can Google some ways online to do that. But the school is fortunate enough to have a program called On to College, and through that program, it will prepare you for the ACT. And it's ontocollege.com. Every single student in this building has access to that program. So they go to ontocollege.com, and their login is their school email address, and the password is ontocollege, all lowercase. So every student in this building in the high school, 912, has access to that program, and it will help prepare them for the ACT.
Thank you for telling us.
Mhm.
My next question is, where can you find scholarships?
Where can you find scholarships? That's a great question for seniors. And that's what they're looking for, is that money to college. So we have sent an email to all the seniors that has a list of all the local scholarships that are available to them, and they can click on that and go in there and see all of those things. We also have created a Google Classroom, and we've sent all the seniors an invite to that and sent them the code so that they can get in and look at those scholarships. Another good way to find scholarships is just to get on Google and do some searches. And there's some strange scholarships out there. Like, for instance, there's a scholarship for redheaded people.
Really?
Yeah, really.
That's cool.
So there's some obscure scholarships that you might have some sort of little quirk for, that you could get that scholarship. So just doing a Google search a lot of times will help. And then the schools, the various colleges that you want to go to, for instance, Arkansas Tech University or University of Arkansas, University of Central Arkansas, they all have their own foundation scholarships that people can apply for. And so if anyone wants to look for a specific scholarship, needs help applying for scholarship or finding scholarships, they can always come to the counselor's office to see either me or Ms. Parker.
And my last question for you is, when is the next ACT?
Okay, the next ACT is going to be April. Well, there's one February 12th, but it's too late to register for that one unless you want to pay a pretty big late fee. So you can register for the April 2nd ACT, which the deadline for that is February 25th. And the way that you do that is you go to act.org and set up an account if you don't already have one, and pay your fee, or come by and see if you can get a waiver from us. And we can help students set that up as well. So that's April 2nd. And the one after that is June 11th. And the deadline for that one is May 6th.
Well, thank you, Miss Watkins, for informing us about the ACT. We hope to have you on one day, another day. That is all, folks.
Anytime, Daniel. Thank you.
So, like I said, this was actually supposed to be the episode that came out before Christmas break, so it has been a while since we've talked about our sports teams, so let's do a quick rerun on those. Before break, we had our first conference game against Pea Ridge. Unfortunately, both the girls and boys team took a hard loss against the Blackhawks. Over Christmas break, both the girls and boys teams took a trip to Neosho, Missouri, and competed in a tournament up there. The boys came away with the third place. Girls didn't do as hot, unfortunately. And after break, we came back and had our second conference game against the Shiloh Saints and came away with 2 victories. This week, we are playing Berryville at home on Tuesday and the Farmington Cardinals on Friday at their place.
What up, it's Eagle Action. I'm Lil Phil, and here we got
D-Wig.
Today we're talking about the Super Bowl. We got the Rams and the Bengals.
Shiesty, baby.
So far, the prediction is that the Rams are going to win, but not by a lot. It's like a 66% chance for the Rams. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Dax?
I mean, last time the Bengals had 30% chance of them winning the game, they won the game. That was against the top team in the whole NFL, the Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes. Well, not no more. Now, I do think the Rams are definitely the most better all-around team, but the Bengals do have their clutchness with Joey Shiesty in the back. I mean, and Jamar Chase running out routes, doing the gritty. So, I mean, who are you going to choose? In ethics, you want to choose. In logic, you want to choose the Rams. I mean, they got the best defense in the league, most likely, and a really good powerhouse offense. I mean, they're nitty and gritty. But you got Joe Shiesty. I mean, there ain't much you can't do.
Yeah, overall, the Rams probably have better overall winning, but who wants the Rams to win? Everybody wants Joe Shiesty on top, baby.
Joey.
That's what we got. Eagle Action out.
I'm Cal, and I
covering Carrie by Stephen King. It's a very popular horror novel, but if you don't know like what the plot is, basically the main character Carrie has to deal with the not only like the bullies at her school, but also her crazy, overly religious mother, Margaret, while also dealing with the fact that she has telekinesis. And it's a very interesting premise, and it all comes to like a head at her prom, where these two kids dump pig's blood on her, and she starts murdering everyone. So that very, very popular plot. I like the book. I like the book especially because it switches perspectives between what is happening in the present with the whole police reports and like what everyone thought about it, and this one character named Sue who didn't get like killed during the whole fiasco, and what happened to start it. But it's definitely something you're gonna like if you're just getting into horror stories. But if you're looking to actually get scared, you're probably gonna want to look at like Stephen King's like later stuff, like The Shining or Cujo, because that stuff's actually scary.
Hello, I'm Daniel Sandoval.
I'm Hunter McNear, and today we're going to start our first episode of our movie rating, and it's going to be a new addition to our Eagle Action entertainment and news. So,
Today's first episode is going to be about Justice League. Not the Whedon, but the Zack Snyder cut.
So there's a lot of history behind this movie, because Warner Brothers came to Joss Whedon and asked him to direct the Justice League after Zack Snyder had to leave the set. And Zack Snyder had a vision for how he wanted this movie to go, and Joss Whedon, which is the directors of Avengers, changed everything.
They wanted it to be more of a Marvel movie.
They wanted to be happy, which is not true to the characters. So, once Joss Whedon released his version, Zack Snyder was not happy with it, and the fans, it was horrible, and the fans definitely weren't happy with it.
Batman laughs,
yeah. The fans weren't happy with it. And Zack Snyder released his version of it at the beginning of 2021, which was amazing. Probably, if we had to rate it, we'd give
I'd rate it 9 out of 10 popcorns.
9 out of 10 popcorns. And we'll tell you why.
So, the reason I like it, it's true to what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And I like Whedon's cut. It was too playful. It was babyish. You know?
The humor was more
Marvel.
No humor. The humor was more Marvel that they were trying to push, which is what Warner Brothers wanted, because they see how successful the Marvel Cinematic Universe is.
And they made Cyborg look horrible. It seemed like it was a crappy character.
No.
The Snyder cut, the Cyborg plays a huge role. He's so cool. He has a backstory and everything. They took that off of the Whedon cut.
No, the big thing was they took what Whedon did. He took out the Flash storyline completely. He added the Cyborg a little bit, but the Flash had no origin story. But I think the main problem with it is Superman, which was the main inspiration for this movie. After Batman vs Superman dies saving the Earth. And now they face bigger problems. So they bring Superman back, which Joss Whedon did it completely wrong, giving him a screen time of like 20 minutes, even though he was the main hero, ended up saving the day. Within Zack Snyder's, which was like 4 hours long, he had a much longer screen time, which was what the character deserves since Man of Steel that came out in like 2012. Steppenwolf. Doomsday. Darkseid. Yeah.
Darkseid! I knew it.
Okay.
They gave Steppenwolf. He looked like a horror. He looked bad, and the Whedon kind of like how it looked disgusting.
Also, it was rated R. In the Zack Snyder, it was rated R.
DC needs to be rated R.
It's way more true to the characters, because DC is a way darker
like Batman.
Like Batman.
Shout out to Matt Reeves.
Yeah, shout out to Matt Reeves, which is directing the new Batman that's coming out March 5th.
Hi.
So, it being rated R did bring a lot more to what the characters needed in the DC universe, because it's not Marvel, and that's what the fans know, and that's what Zack Snyder knew going into it, that it's not a Marvel movie, this is a DC movie. But Warner Brothers was just trying to make money, and they ended up ruining the series.
Horrible.
But even after Zack Snyder came out with the movie, which was huge success, it went in with every single character.
Restore the Snyderverse. They're huge. Warner Brothers decides to get rid of them. No, they get out of here. They don't want them. It's stupid. They need them.
We want Zack Snyder back.
This is a message to Warner Brothers. Get them back.
What the crap?
We're done.
Well, that's all, folks. Thank you for listening to our new episode. As we said before, we are trying to post more frequently now. We're going to get back on schedule and tune into our next episode of HHS Eagle Podcast.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Huntsville High School's Eagle Action Podcast. This episode was written by Ellie Harriman and produced by Kelvin Orduna. Share this episode with your friends. We're available everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Visit our website at hhseagleaction.com to see some cool stuff like telling us your birthday to announce or suggesting a segment for us to use. If you have any questions, visit us at hhseagleaction.com/contact. Tune in every Friday to listen to new episodes.